Imagine it's Friday afternoon and the clock is running tick tock, and you're working furiously on an assignment that you have a deadline at 5 p.m. and you're cursing yourself for not having done it sooner. Now, what went wrong? How did this happen? And why did this happen? I'll tell you why. Because you spent hours rereading your texts and roaming around social media and texting your friends and just having long, prolonged coffee breaks. Sounds familiar? If so, you're not alone. According to a famous researcher and speaker, Pierre Steele, 95% of the population of this earth actually procrastinates at some or the other degree. Although it's comforting to know that you're not alone, it's really hard and sobering to realize that how much it can hold you back. However, fear not, friends, because today I'm going to give you simple ways using which you can actually overcome procrastination and end it. And before you decide to swipe this video and go to some entertainment on YouTube, then realize one thing, that if you don't stop procrastinating stuff, right, you may fall into the biggest hole that is dug by you yourself. So stay tuned till the end of this video, and of course, please do subscribe to my channel and give it a thumbs up so that I can make more and more videos for all of you guys. So let's get started. What is procrastination and why do we procrastinate? Procrastination is basically leaving an activity or holding up an activity which is a little more boring and unpleasant for later and actually going for something which is more enjoyable and easier to do. And why do we procrastinate it? Obviously because we find it boring and we find it really a big headache and require more effort and a less enjoyable task. That is why. So, but something? There are highly horrible effects of procrastination. Studies show that people who take procrastination on a continuous basis, or you procrastinate on a continuous basis, can actually become really demoralized, discouraged, and really even fall into depression. Yes, that is right. They actually leave the task and they actually start to question themselves whether they are good enough to work on that task or not. These are the long-term effects of procrastinating on a long-term basis. Remember that. So if you actually have been procrastinating for a very long time, just remember, procrastination can lead to even depression in the long term, and lead to low self-esteem, and you basically start to question yourself whether you are good enough or not. That's simple as that, and this is the worst thing that can happen to you. And of course, it can lead to low levels of productivity, and it will actually move you away, far and far away from reaching your goals, and of course, and also make you feel ashamed of yourself for procrastinating for a long time. Moreover, it can lead to high levels of stress, and it can lead to even some sort of illness which you may not be able to recover later on. Now, the very first step that you can take to overcome procrastination is, guys, don't take this lightly, okay? I know before saying this, I'm going to give a disclaimer that you guys are going to take it lightly, but this is a very important and crucial thing. Now, before you start a task, you just take a pen and paper, write down what all tasks that you need to do on that piece of paper, all the tasks that you need to do for the day or for the week. Write it down and allocate particular hour for finishing those tasks. Allocate those hours according to your own convenience and maybe mood also. And once you have allocated the time, follow that time religiously. Before you work on that task at that particular time, finish off all the unimportant stuff, all your enjoyment, all your social media, everything. But denote that time, whichever you have written for that particular task. And do not cheat yourself, because if you cheat on that, right, you will be cheating yourself and falling into a big grave, like I told you before. So first, do this. The second thing you need to do is, the moment you write down all the tasks that you have to do for the day or the week, on the side, rate the task out of 1 to 10 how important it is. Because once you start rating the tasks, right, you will know which one to tackle first, which is more important and which is more urgent and which is not important or not urgent at all. You will get to know which one to prioritize first. And the moment you rate the tasks, right, you will immediately inside your mind get to know that I need to get rid of this big monster as fast as possible because the rating is really high. So do that. The third thing that you need to do is you need to understand the pain. Now what I mean by understanding the pain is, previously you might have procrastinated a lot, I agree, but you need to understand the pain and write down this question or ask yourself this question, that what will happen if you continue procrastinating on this task. Write down the horrible consequences of procrastinating on that particular task will have on you, your life, or your career, or your education. Write down that question. And once you write down this question, you will realize the pain behind that, and then understand the pain of you procrastinating on that particular task, because this will actually psychologically aid you in realizing that if you procrastinate this task any further, right, you might actually be in hell. And by that I mean you may jeopardize all your education, your career, or even your family life if you procrastinate that important task, whatever task that you have. So ask yourself this question and understand the pain. What are the consequences? Write down this question. What will be the consequences of me procrastinating on this task? Write down, people, write down this. And once you write it down, answer this and understand the pain of it. A guy named Billy. Billy really hated, spinach and other vegetables. However, his mom used to, make him eat spinach and vegetables so that he could get all the nutrients and vitamins. But what Billy used to do is, whenever his mom used to put those spinach and vegetables, he used to immediately take those and just to fill it inside his mouth and just swallow them so that he didn't have to taste it. And after that, he could enjoy the meat and chicken or whatever else that he loved that his mom put on his plate other than the vegetables. Now, what the story actually tells us is that when you are actually tackling a task, get rid of the tough cookie, the task which is a big headache, whether it be a maths equation or whether it be a huge assignment or whether it be any task that you find really, really tough to finish. Just finish it off. Because once you finish it off, right, the other tasks that are, comparatively easier and comparatively more enjoyable, you can finish them off. And other than that, you can even have a lot more time to enjoy, watch TV, whatever you want. So do this. Finish the tough cookie. Before starting a task, right, always promise yourself a reward for finishing that task. I know this may be a little tough for you guys, or it may sound childish. It's like giving chocolates to a child. How a mother gives chocolates to a child for finishing off a task or cleaning or anything, right, for finishing off the homework. Do that. That actually works, Before starting off a task, right, promise yourself that you will give yourself a huge treat, like buy yourself a chocolate, or treat yourself with a new TV series that come like you always wanted to watch, and you start doing it after you finish off the task. Keep rewarding yourself. This will actually strike psychologically inside you and motivate you. It's very effective, guys. Try it out. Now, the next way to overcome procrastination is keep your parents alert. Ask any of your parent, your mom or dad, to keep a tab on you whether you are finishing a task or not. Tell them to always keep reminding you, and tell them that be strict on you if you are not starting that project or that work. The moment you tell them that they have to remind you or they have to be strict on you to finish off their task, right, you yourself will have no other choice but to do it. And once you do this thing of telling your parents to help you out, or to make you do it, right, then heaven help you, you will have no other choice but to finish the task on time. So with this, we have come to the end of this video. If you found this video useful, type in the comment box useful and write down which tip or technique to overcome procrastination that you will follow from today onwards, and the one which you like the most. And kudos to all of you guys, and a really, really, really happy new year to all of you, and have a blessed, happy and fulfilled new year, and get all your dreams come true and stop procrastinating. See you all.